Prosecutors say they hope to rest their case by the end of today in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial.
So we just got this new audio from the Diddy trial, and it is pretty explosive. This is audio of a voicemail that Diddy left to the Jane Doe who's been testifying in this trial.
Oh, honey, buckle up, because what started as just another courtroom drama turned into something absolutely explosive. Imagine it. The courtroom is packed, every seat filled, eyes wide, whispers bouncing off the walls. And at the center of it all, the glitzy, glamorous, ever-powerful Diddy, also known as Sean Diddy Combs, now stripped of all the polish, sitting there as his darkest secrets unravel in front of the world. We're not talking minor allegations here. We're talking bombshells. Accusations that are shaking Hollywood and beyond. And guess what? They're backed by tapes, witnesses, and even a so-called drug mule. The kind of dirty laundry you never expect to see aired this publicly. And just when you think it couldn't get worse, an audio tape hits the courtroom that just might tip everything over the edge. Secrets? They're no longer safe. Let's break it all down, because this is messy, it's wild, and oh, it's just getting started. The allegations? Girl, it's more than just gossip. So first off, Diddy isn't just battling one accusation. Oh no, the feds have brought out the big guns. We're talking racketeering, sex trafficking, and more. This isn't just tabloid chatter. It's full-on federal court with an experienced judge and serious prosecutors, and you better believe they are not playing. Racketeering? That's not just some shady business on the side. It means Diddy is being accused of running a whole illegal enterprise, a network of crimes happening over years, not days. Prosecutors say this was no accident. They allege Diddy was the kingpin orchestrating it all. And this is all under the infamous RICO Act, the same law they use on mafia bosses. Let that sink in. And then there's the sex trafficking charges. Under US law, that means allegedly using force, fraud, or coercion to move people, yes, people, into sex work across states. Multiple victims, multiple cities, and all allegedly for Diddy's benefit. The stakes? Massive. We're talking life-changing sentences if he's convicted.
Sean Diddy Combs facing new allegations of sex trafficking. A former porn star filed a lawsuit against the embattled rap star yesterday. Adria English claims she was, quote, trapped in a cycle of sex trafficking she never asked to be a part of because defendant Combs knew he could groom her.
And as the trial unfolds, the tension in the room is palpable. Everyone's watching the jury's faces, analyzing every twitch, every glance. They're being told, judge this only by the evidence. But the evidence? Oh, it's chilling. Now, if this trial weren't already intense enough, enter Cassie Ventura. Yes, that Cassie. Her audio recording, it shook the courtroom.
Explosive audio going viral today. Diddy's ex, Cassie Ventura, threatening a man over explicit video of a freak-off.
It's my life and I'll you.
Cassie can be heard on tape, voice sharp, tone furious, and honestly scary. She's threatening someone over a video she desperately wants to keep hidden. Her words cut like a knife. She talks about consequences and not in a subtle way. You could feel the fear, the anger, the raw desperation.
No, I will you if you don't show me right now. I will you and I will hide you and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now.
And she makes it crystal clear she's willing to do anything to protect that video from leaking. And as the courtroom listens, you could hear a pin drop. Some jurors leaned in, others froze. Everyone felt that moment. And it's not just about the video, it's the emotion. Cassie sounds like someone who's been cornered, controlled, terrified, and finally snapping. Prosecutors say this tape shows the psychological torment behind the scenes, the control, the fear, the way people were allegedly manipulated and silenced. And just when your jaw hits the floor, Cassie's stylist testifies. She says Diddy used threats to silence Cassie, threatened to leak her tapes, beat her, even send them to her parents' jobs. That's not just power, that's emotional warfare.
Diddy's assistant, Brendan Paul, the alleged Mule, he took the stand this week and he was arrested, as you know, he was arrested last year for cocaine possession.
He's calm, collected, but his words, absolutely damning. Brendan breaks down his insane schedule under Diddy, working days without sleep, popping Adderall, using cocaine, all to keep up. But the real shocker? He admits he was sent to buy drugs, not once, not twice, but repeatedly. Cocaine, ketamine, ecstasy, you name it. And who were they for? Diddy, according to Brendan. Now, Brendan's not claiming he sold them to anyone else, but he's crystal clear that Diddy asked him to get them.
Defense went even further and asked him, do you really believe, would you consider yourself a mule for Sean Combs? And he said, absolutely not.
And he didn't just say it once. He described the whole process, where he got the stuff, how he delivered it, and who was involved. This wasn't a rogue assistant making moves on his own. Brendan paints the picture of a well-oiled machine, and Diddy was the one giving the orders. The prosecution's angle, Brendan shows the pattern, the access, the routine. Diddy's defense, they're saying Brendan was just an assistant doing what he was told. No more, no less. Now, let's talk about the Wild King nights. Oh my God, this is where the gossip gets downright NSFW. Former assistants spilled the tea. These weren't your average parties. These were fully coordinated, extravagant, sex-fueled ragers, booked under fake names with staff prepping everything ahead of time. We're talking condoms, Astroglide, substances, and little pouches. Even the furniture was moved to fit Diddy's preferences. One assistant said she had to put on gloves just to clean the mess after. That's how wild it got. Hotel rooms were turned into full-on fantasy setups. And the assistants? They weren't partying. They were on standby, getting food, coordinating guests, handling logistics, all while keeping their mouths shut. One assistant even said, "I just stacked towels and sheets in a neat pile after the party." That is next level discretion. And if all that wasn't enough, prosecutors brought the receipts, literally. They had flight manifests, hotel invoices, credit card statements, all pointing to a system that prosecutors say moved people and money to make all of this happen. Private flights, 5-star hotels, fake names, spa packages, and catering. And it all lined up with the timelines of the alleged crimes. They even tracked Cash App transfers and ride shares linking them directly to Diddy's team.
Beverly Hills Hotel charging him $500 for damages to drapes and carpets. There was another one for Hermitage, $950 for a deep cleaning. And then the Intercontinental Hotel for the penthouse damage, you guys, $46,786.
Prosecutors painted a picture. Diddy wasn't just participating, he was orchestrating every transaction, every flight, every stay, all connected. And if that wasn't enough to leave your head spinning, some of the payments were from Diddy's companies or credit cards in fake names used by his assistants. It's not just scandalous, it's strategic, and it's all in the records. Now, Diddy's team, honey, they're not taking this lying down. Their whole defense is built on one major theme. Diddy's not a criminal. He's just a demanding boss in showbiz, period. They painted him as this hardworking, high-energy mogul who simply expected excellence. His assistants, according to the defense, they weren't victims. They were career climbers who knew the job meant late nights, odd requests, and full-on chaos. I mean, it's Diddy. What did you expect? A 9 to 5? They told jurors that everything described in court, all those wild errands, 3 a.m. hotel bookings, micromanaged schedules, that's just showbiz life. It's hectic. It's brutal. And yes, it's a little crazy, but not criminal. And let me tell you, they hammered that point hard. Every witness who said they were tired, overwhelmed, or stressed, the defense clapped back with, "But weren't you trying to make it in the industry?" Oof. They were not letting anyone play innocent. Their spin? These were loyal assistants, handpicked for their toughness, people who thrived under pressure, not helpless victims. They were even pointing out positive moments, like when Diddy supposedly treated staff well, complimented their work, or threw them a bonus. So yes, the defense was out to make Diddy look like a perfectionist, not a predator. Okay, now it gets a little juicy again, because prosecutors came with texts and voicemails from Diddy that had everyone in the courtroom side-eyeing. These weren't casual messages. No ma'am. They were demanding, direct, and sometimes just plain controlling. Diddy was out here texting assistants in the middle of the night with crazy specific instructions. Book this hotel, have this ready, call this person right now. And those voicemails? Woo! Imagine your boss calling you at 2 a.m., leaving a message like, "Make sure that bag is packed the second I land." I don't want any excuses. That was the energy. All day, every day. Prosecutors played them in court, and the vibe? Strict, no nonsense, and absolutely relentless. They argued this wasn't just a boss being annoying, it was a way to exert control 24/7 to keep people on edge, and when someone has that much influence, it becomes toxic, fast. Back to those Wild King nights, because yes, more witnesses took the stand, and the tea just kept pouring. One assistant said they weren't just handling condoms and Astroglide. Oh no, they had to set the entire vibe, from scented candles to rearranging furniture for Diddy's preferences. Yes, really. And let's not forget the pouch of substances mentioned repeatedly. Every single detail had to be on point. And after all that, guess who had to clean it up? That's right, the assistants. Scrubbing, folding, collecting who knows what, all while keeping their lips sealed. These events weren't weren't wild in a spontaneous way. They were methodically planned, which for prosecutors screamed intent. Let's revisit the money for a sec, because if anything screams guilty, it's paper trails. And baby, prosecutors came with a binder full of them. Flight records, hotel stays, Cash App transfers, credit cards, you name it. Bookings were made under aliases, flights were chartered for alleged victims, and everything could be traced back to Diddy's team. Like everything that you said, Jim. You didn't pay your LAC pre-passes. You can only pay trips to Diddy's team, spa treatments, multi-room suites, fancy catering, and some of the credit cards issued under fake names that prosecutors say were tied directly to Diddy's businesses. And here's the kicker. All of these transactions match the timelines of the alleged offenses. Same dates, same cities, same people. Prosecutors didn't just tell a story, they put it on a timeline and it was airtight. This trial hasn't just gripped the courtroom, it's gripped the world. People are glued to their phones, watching every twist like it's a live reality show. Twitter's a mess, Instagram's in flames. TikTok is flooded with theories, breakdowns, and heated debates. Because let's be real, Diddy isn't just a businessman. He's a cultural icon. Music, fashion, business, TV, his fingerprints are everywhere. Which is why this case feels like a reckoning. Advocacy groups, they're watching closely. Many are calling this trial a chance to finally hold powerful men accountable. And honestly, the case might change how prosecutors handle sex trafficking and racketeering charges for celebs in the future. It's that serious. People are asking, can fame still shield the powerful? Or is this the moment where even icons have to answer for it all? Diddy's trial is hitting the final stretch. The prosecution's almost done, and Diddy's team, they say they'll wrap fast. Then it's closing arguments, and you know it'll be fiery. After that, it's all in the jury's hands. If he's convicted, the fallout will be massive. Not just for him, but the whole industry. If he walks, the debate about fame and justice will explode. This isn't just a trial, it's a cultural earthquake. So what do you think? Justice or takedown? Drop your thoughts below, and if you're hooked like we are, hit that like and subscribe, because trust us, this drama, far from over.